Well, good morning and welcome to Sunday morning meditation. I hope everybody is well and staying safe. As usual, let's begin by settling the body and releasing any tension. Let's try to get rid of that reflection. Okay. It's a beautiful sunny day outside. So sit comfortably with your spine straight and just breathe normally and naturally. And let's scan the body so that we can release any areas of tension, starting at the top of the head. Moving down to the forehead, having a sense of relaxation, stillness. Anytime you notice tension in the body, on the next out breath, imagine that the tension leaves the body with the breath and simply dissolves into space. So scanning the forehead and the temples, moving down all those little muscles around the eyes, just relaxing, releasing, softening. Soften the eyes themselves. Very gentle gaze. Moving down over the cheekbones. Moving down to the mouth. Relaxing the muscles around the mouth. Relax the jaws. Make sure you're not clenching your jaws. Something we often unconsciously do when we concentrate. But what we're working on here is having our body completely relaxed and at ease. Moving back to the top of the head, and then moving down the back of the head, the base of the skull. This can be another area of tension. We're not often aware of. Relaxing the neck and the shoulders. As we often do, we can raise our shoulders up and drop them 2 or 3 times to help let go of the tension in the shoulders. Be aware of the shoulder blades. With each out breath, relaxing more and more. But keeping the spine straight, but not rigid. And travelling down the spine, all the way to the base of the spine, becoming aware of the contact with the chair and the cushion and your buttocks. Feeling supported, stable, safe. Moving now to the front of the body, top of the chest. Remember this, we need this sense of spaciousness, relaxation. Front of the body soft. Air of the diaphragm, the belly, the pelvic region. Completely at ease. Allow gravity to help you with your relaxation. And coming back to the shoulders, they should be slightly back. Moving down the arms to the elbows, relaxing, releasing, letting go. Forearms, wrists, and your hands, back of the hands, completely at ease. Moving from the hip joint down to the knees. Knees to ankles. Tops of the feet and soles of the feet and toes. Now be aware of the whole body, from the top of the head to the tips of your toes. Relaxed, peaceful, safe, supported. Take a few moments to enjoy the body at ease. Now, as per usual, we will move on to do some breathing meditation. And as you're all aware, I'm sure, I don't know, we have some newbies here, but our task is to merge the awareness with the breath. So we need to have a part of our mind which is like a sentry that notices when we are distracted. And as soon as that happens, without beating ourselves up, without judgment or criticism, we simply bring the awareness back to the breath. And it doesn't matter how many times we do that in a session, because this is meditation practice. So before we move on to that, let's set a very, very positive motivation for joining the meditation this morning. Really thinking about the fact that just as we want to be happy, there's not a living being on this planet that doesn't want to be happy. And in that sense, we are all equal. So those of us who have committed ourselves to the Buddhist path and have taken the Bodhisattva vows, then our motivation is to become enlightened for the benefit of all beings. Not everyone may be a Buddhist, not compulsory at all. But let's just open our hearts to everyone with a very sincere wish that any benefit that we derive from this morning may flow on. Of course it will benefit us, and that's fine, but it needs to flow on to all living beings that we come into contact with. So just checking our posture. Spine straight. If you can, have your eyes a little bit open. Tongue resting behind the top teeth. Hands either on your lap with the right hand on top of the left, and thumb slightly touching, or palm down on your thighs or your knees. It's important that you're comfortable. And we breathe normally and naturally. We don't make any attempt to control the breath. Our task is to be aware of the breath, the whole of the in-breath and the whole of the out-breath. So you focus either at your nostrils, the breath entering and leaving the nostrils, or you can focus on the rise and the fall of the abdomen. Whichever one of these you choose, stay with that for the whole of the breathing meditation. So let's start. I'm just getting my technology to behave. Hopefully it will. Sometimes I think these Things have a mind of their own. While we're engaging in shamatha meditation, we need to be relaxed, still, and vigilant. But don't bring tension into that vigilance. Just keep the awareness on the breath. Notice when the mind wanders and bring it back. One sign that you could be trying too hard is that your shoulders start to creep up. So if you notice that, relax. And bring the awareness back to the breath. When thoughts arise, which they will, simply notice and bring the awareness back. Don't give them any energy. The same with sounds, or your aching knee, or your itchy nose. Notice and bring the awareness back. Again and again, bring the awareness back to the breath. So have a little stretch, a little sip of a nice hot drink. And the more you meditate, the more benefit you will get from your meditation. So it might be a lot of us have more time now, so you could use some of that to, extend your meditation practice. And remember the 3 points of being, relaxed and still and vigilant. So if you're meditating regularly at home, don't just plump on your cushion or your chair and straight away dive into the breathing meditation. As we do in the classes, take some time to have the body very still and relaxed, and then move on to the breathing meditation. And it's good if you can have a little corner. I mean, some people are lucky enough to have a little room that they keep for the meditation. And regular practice will bring good results. And always remember your motivation. That is of utmost importance. So let's move on. We're going to do a meditation on Shakyamuni Buddha. I mean, he's here. So that will help with your visualization. And, our goal as practitioners is to put the teachings of the Buddha into practice in our lives, and hopefully at some point, it's a matter of putting in the effort. The goal is to become enlightened, to benefit all beings, to become a Buddha. And the reason that we need to do that is that a Buddha has perfect loving kindness, perfect wisdom, perfect compassion, and there's nothing that is an obstacle from the Buddha's side when a Buddha wants to help us in our practice. So let's touch base with our motivation again. And those of us who have become Buddhist would recite a little prayer before we begin this practice, a refuge prayer. And it kind of goes like this. I'm just doing a little bit of traditional Buddhism here. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. So now we move on to the visualization of the Buddha. And every aspect of the visualization is made of light. It's transparent, intangible, and radiant. So you see the Buddha statue and it's solid, but when you visualize, this visualization needs to be made of light. And at the level of your forehead, and between 6 and 8 feet away, we should move trick. Okay, that's about 2 meters, is a large golden throne adorned with jewels and supported at each of its four corners by a pair of snow lines. If you don't know what they look like, you don't worry about this part of the visualization. On the flat surface of the throne is a seat consisting of a large open lotus. And you can see that Buddha is seated on this lotus, on top of which are two radiant flat discs representing the sun and the moon. So these three objects symbolize the three principal realizations of the path to enlightenment. The lotus symbolizes renunciation, the sun, emptiness, and the moon, the mind of bodhicitta. And seated upon this is the Buddha, who has attained these realizations and is the embodiment of all enlightened beings. His body is of golden light, and he wears the saffron robes of a monk. He is seated in the Vajra, or full lotus posture. The palm of his right hand rests on his right knee, the fingers touching the moon cushion, signifying his great control. His left hand rests in his lap in the meditation pose, holding a bowl filled with nectar, which is medicine for curing our disturbing states of mind and any other hindrances. Buddha's face is very beautiful. His smiling, compassionate gaze is directed at you and simultaneously toward every other living being. Feel that he is free of all judging, critical thoughts, and that he accepts you just as you are. Every feature of his appearance represents an attribute of his omniscient mind. Rays of light emanate from every pore of Buddha's pure body and reach every corner of the universe. These rays are actually composed of countless miniature Buddhas, some going out to help living beings, and others dissolving back into his body, having finished their work. Take some time to feel the living presence of the Buddha. Don't worry too much if your visualization is not very clear. Much more important, or just as important, is to feel his living presence. Know that you can take refuge in him and recall his perfect qualities and his willingness and ability to help you. Make a request from your heart to receive his blessings, to help you to become free from all your negative energy and your misconceptions and your problems. And to help you receive all the realizations along the path to enlightenment. Your request is accepted, and a stream of purifying white light, which is in the nature of the enlightened mind, flows from Buddha's heart and enters your body through the crown of your head. Just as the darkness in a room is instantly dispelled the moment a light is switched on, so too is the darkness of your negative energy dispelled upon contact with this radiant white light. So as you visualize this happening, we can recite the Buddha's mantra. Tayata Om Mune Mune Maha Munaye Soha. 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 Tayata Om Mune Soha. Tayata Om Mune Mune Maha Munaye Soha. Tayata Om Mune Mune Maha Munaye Soha. Feel that all your negative energy, problems, and subtle obscurations have been completely purified. Your body feels blissful and light. Concentrate on this for a while. Now we visualize that a stream of golden light descends from the Buddha's heart and flows into your body through the crown of your head. And the essence of this golden light is the excellent qualities of his pure body, speech, and mind. A Buddha is able to transform his body into different forms, animate and inanimate, to help living beings according to their individual needs and particular states of mind. With his speech, he can communicate different aspects of the teachings simultaneously to beings of various levels, such as his awareness in every moment. So you imagine this golden light flowing into you, together with these infinite good qualities. Concentrate on this blissful experience, and again, we'll repeat the mantra. Tayata Om Mune Mune Maha Munaye Soha. Taya ta 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 Om Mune Mune Maha Munaye Soha. Feel now that you have received the infinite excellent qualities of Buddha's body, speech, and mind, and your body feels light and blissful. Concentrate on this for a little while. Now visualize that the snow lines absorb into the throne into the lotus, and the lotus into the sun and moon. They in turn absorb into the Buddha. The Buddha now comes to the space above your head. Melts into light and dissolves into your body. Your ordinary sense of I, false, and all your other wrong conceptions disappear completely. In that instant, you become one with Buddha's blissful, omniscient mind in the aspect of vast, empty space. Concentrate on this experience, allowing no other thoughts to distract you. Then, imagine from this empty state there appear in the place where you are sitting the throne, the lotus, the sun, the moon, and upon these yourself as the Buddha. Everything is the nature of light, exactly as you had visualized before. Feel that you are Buddha. Identify with his enlightened wisdom and compassion instead of your usual incorrect self-view. surrounding you in every direction and filling all of space are all living beings. Generate love and compassion for them by recalling how they too want to achieve happiness and peace of mind and freedom from all problems. Now that you're enlightened, you can help them. At your heart are a lotus and moon, and standing upright around the circumference of the moon, reading clockwise, are the syllables of the mantra. Tayata Om Mune Mune Maha Munaye Soha. And the seed syllable moon stands at the moon's center. Visualize that rays of light, actually your wisdom and compassion, emanate from every letter and they spread in all directions. They reach the countless sentient beings surrounding you and completely purify them of their obscurations and delusions and fill them with inspiration and strength. While imagining this, recite the mantra. Taya ta mune mune maha munaye soha. 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 When you're finished, think, now I've led all sentient beings, thus fulfilling my intention for doing this meditation. Visualize that everyone surrounding you is now in the form of Buddha and is experiencing complete bliss and the wisdom of emptiness. So emptiness doesn't mean nothingness. It means the reality of how everything exists, which is interdependent. You should not worry that your meditation is a sham and that you have not helped even one person achieve enlightenment. This practice is known as bringing the future result into the present path and is a powerful cause for our own enlightenment. It helps us develop firm conviction in our innate perfection, our Buddha potential, that what we have just done in meditation, we will definitely accomplish one day. So let's dedicate the positive energy of any insight that you've gained by doing this meditation to your eventual attainment of enlightenment for the benefit of all beings. So have the thought, may all beings everywhere be well and happy and free from suffering. Thank you very much for joining me, and enjoy the rest of your day. All the best.